Bless the Lord.
Lord.
This is entitled, Mary, Did You Know? Sitting here, passing the time, thinking about past time, the time that I heard the story of baby Jesus and seen the same old skit of the nativity scene being told, and realizing the reason for it all was and is that a baby boy's destiny was to make sure our destinies were realized, and that we would use our spiritual eyes to reach their destiny. But the key is that we must keep our eyes on the hills which cometh our help, or else life's true purpose would have been reached. And our legacy reads, mission failed, destiny not reached. So my interest is not so much on what was on the hearts and minds of those that witnessed and traveled both near and far to see, nor is it hung up on the idea of the Immaculate Conception, because it's been long enough that I believe that that part has reached acceptance.
Right.
But my interest, rather, lies on the vessel used to bring forth such a miracle, and whether or not she realized that within her womb was the antidote to all of life's current 21st century issues. I'm traveling through my mind wondering if she knew that he himself would years later present himself a living sacrifice and be crucified to save a dying land at his own creation's sinful hands. If I did dine with her, I would make one simple yet possibly the most perplexing inquiry. That being, did you know Mary? Mary, did you know that when you named him Jesus, it would be a name so powerful that it would cause demons to flee, and at the same time set bound souls free? Mary, did you know that he would know his calling at an early age and spend time monitoring the seeds planted by you and his earthly father while being led by his heavenly Father? Did you know Mary? Mary, did you know that the child you nurtured would later lead you into all truth? After all, the word says that a child shall be there. Mary, did you know that your child was destined for greatness? To be exact, he would become the great Messiah. And he would speak words that would never get old or come back void and die. I'm curious to know that if she had the option of abortion, would she have chosen to do so if she truly understood that my destiny and your destiny and the destiny of my children's children and their children's children would have been held hostage and aborted before they even had a chance to have their own distorted by the vast number of destiny destroyers we face in this day and time. I'm wondering if to that she was blind. At the thought of it, it makes me grateful that my own mother and many like her, who so young and out of wedlock made a conscious choice to bring forth the life they carried in their wombs, in spite of the spiteful and hateful words that I'm sure caused the unseen. Now, we can sit here and play patty cake with the truth, but I prefer to be real and tell the truth. We are our own greatest destiny afforders. And this is just my opinion. But I believe that the root is because we don't truly realize the King of all kings has washed us in his blood, making us his sons and daughters. So with that being said, we need to stop playing Russian roulette with revolvers and allow our hearts and minds to evolve and revolve around the fact that we are God's chosen people. We were made in his image and likeness. So like Christ, we were born not always in the best condition, but no matter what God said loved us was our condition. Right? Like Christ, we grew up in his nurturing seed of ambition, empowerment, and inspiration. Yet we allow our seeds to get puffed up by things that have no room in his will for our lives. And at the core of most distractions, typically is a bit of sinful adoration. Yeah, I'm sure I hit home on that note if I can feel your mind traveling back to the time that you knew that God had instructed you to do. Yet you went astray because you didn't see it his way. You had your own view. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I'm glad that Mary heard and heeded to the voice of God and did just what she was told. Can you imagine if she had aborted or abandoned what God placed in her womb, like so many of us do with the individually selected purpose God created us with at the time of our conception? Because we're too afraid that people will reject us and our Christ-like characters won't be of popular acceptance. Well, here's a newsflash. Nothing about Christ is popular, not even his birth. So what makes you believe that you are of so much more worth? Worth of not having go through being born again, coming out of some of life's worst conditions, and transitioning from fitting into standing out. Who are you to believe that by stepping out of character and taking on the character of Christ, that people won't speak all manner of evil things against you? In case you didn't know, one of the first steps after accepting Christ is putting on the whole armor of God. So now, not only have you been born again, but you are now walking and looking more and more like Him. And with this armor on, you are now spiritually protected. It won't stop them from talking and waging war, but the weapons they use won't prosper, because the helmet of salvation and the breastplate of righteousness will cause those fiery darts to be rejected. So tell me now, what reason will you have for not nurturing the baby God placed in your womb and birthing it out on its predestined date of birth and adding to your spiritual walk and salt of the earth work? Yes, we all have sinned and fallen short of His glory, but don't count yourself out, because that is not the end of the story. For a just man falls 7 times, yet he never stays there. He always gets up. And because of his faith, God prepares a table in the presence of his enemies, leaving him to feast on spiritual food that helps him grow strength for the journey that leads to his destiny, ultimately accomplishing what it is set out to do in the beginning. Give God